It's all pretty dumb.
Do you remember when Kanye said he's gonna run for president?
Yeah, he's been saying that. Until he made a swastika. It's like the fucking Star of David. That got him re-canceled.
He's been canceled like 5 times.
Dude, but he got unbanned on Twitter, and Elon's like, welcome back. And then he's like, I love Nazis. He's like, okay, bro, we're done. He said...
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. You're probably like 1,100,000,000 miles away from me tomorrow.
Episode 62, Mulberry Podcast. Pre-Christmas.
Merry Chrimuh.
Merry Chrimuh. It's a little loud, no? Okay, boom. Because I talk louder than you. I don't need mine that loud. You feel me, bro? Alright. What's going on? Huh? What's the day today? Because I always do it. You give me crap about it. Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. It is currently 11:21 p.m.
It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, you were falling asleep earlier. You come over just to fall asleep?
No, I have food too.
What'd you have?
Waffle House.
That Waffle House, huh?
Bussin'.
Huh? How many of you know about Waffle House?
Who doesn't know about Waffle House?
Bro, Waffle House ain't in California. I actually don't think it is at all.
Are you serious?
I'm curious.
Well, I didn't try it for the first time until I moved to Georgia.
Because it's a southern thing.
That's so sad. Waffle House is great.
Alas, Waffle House currently has no location on the West Coast at all. And yes, it did say alas. Ahoy, matey!
That is so sad. Do you have an equivalent? Or you gotta go to Denny's?
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, bro. Go get the Obama special.
But
Bussin'.
they have like...
Busting. Thou be bustingeth. What do you mean? No, they don't got... It's not like that. This is like a... Waffle House is like a fire Denny's. You know, like it's way better, way greasier, flavor, A1, waffle, elite. Like...
Waffle's okay.
What? What waffle?
The waffle's like this thing.
Yeah, it's good. It don't matter how big it is. It's good.
It does.
Okay.
I want a fluffy, thick waffle.
You want a fluffy thickum?
Yeah. Like that flat waffle, I don't do it for me. I don't go for the waffles.
Well, I don't know what you're doing with me then.
What do you mean?
Where do you like your waffles from, bro? If you don't like Waffle House waffles.
Nowhere. No one does them justice.
You can't say that. So every waffle you've had, you haven't been satisfied with. So how do you know what you even
No,
like?
the
what's
diner I used to work at made great waffles.
What's your diner called?
Metro Diner. But it's only in Florida. I think there's like
Florida.
a couple in Georgia. I think
Florida.
there's one somewhere in Tennessee. Maybe Kentucky, Virginia.
So like when people come in, what would you say? Be like, what's poppin', legit? What can I get y'all?
No.
No? How they talk down there?
No.
How do they talk down there?
Like people?
What's poppin',
This
legit?
is not. This was Orlando.
What's poppin', jit? We got the bath salt some special today. Legit. Smoking jit pack. Do the white people in Florida have a southern accent?
Not really.
No?
Because most of them aren't from Florida.
What were we about to say? SoFlo?
I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know.
Why does it look like you just like... Damn, my nose was beyond itchy. Why did it look like you were like why does it look like you took a fat ass dab like before we did this, bro?
Because I'm tired. My eyes are just shutting by themselves.
Yeah, like I hold a gun to your head to do this podcast. Like, what the fuck, bro? Look like you hit a fat ass dab. Bro, last time I did a dab, I told my homeboy to take me to the hospital. We were in his garage, and I did one, right? And like, have you ever done a dab before? Bro, like I don't smoke really. Like I don't smoke, you know? So like if you don't really smoke and then you just dab, like that shit is not okay, bro. Like you should have, like.
How many did you do?
Well, I did one, right? And it's funny because he's like, here, this is a little one. And I'm looking, I'm like, bro, that's a big ass piece of looking earwax shit, you know? Like, it's big. But I did the whole thing, and like, I can't breathe, dude. Like, I'm choking, but I can't breathe. And I'm like drooling, like in the garage, like, just like, like I can't breathe. And then just like super high, right? But then I don't know why. Like, he goes, like 5 minutes later, he goes, you want to do another one? And I was like, okay. So then I did another one, and then literally it was like even worse. And as I'm like choking, I can't breathe. He's standing over there. All I can hear is like, you good, man? And I was like, bro, take me to the hospital, bro. Take me to the hospital. He got like freaked out, and he was just standing there because he knew like it's going to pass. Like, just fucking relax, you know? But anyway, that's the last time I did a dab because that shit is not for me.
That's funny.
Bro, I don't know what happened. You know what's crazy? When I went away to college, right before everyone was smoking blunts, like really, like we were getting like swishers and shit, you know. And then I come back and I'm hanging out with my buddies and like they pull out like dab rigs and torches and shit. I'm like, what happened? Like that's when the transition kind of happened, and I'm like, bro, this has gone too far. Now we have to set up equipment to get high. Like, bro, I got my lighter in my pocket. Like, what? You know? Like, what the hell happened?
I always thought that was crazy. Because, like, weed smoking, it was never that serious, you know? Like, you just hit the blunt. But once you pull out equipment, you do drugs. You don't just smoke, you do drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when it becomes like, we're just smoking. Like, no, not anymore. No. Oh, by the way, I wanted to bring this up beginning of the pod. My mom was pissed at me the last podcast we did.
Why?
Because I was watching football while you were talking. And she's like, you need to give her your undivided attention when she's talking.
She's absolutely right.
And I was like, well, I was listening to everything you were saying. Like, I didn't miss a beat. Except for when the dude ran the 80-yard touchdown. That was pretty hard. I had to say something on that, but he was like running through people. Like, what do you want me to do? I have to salute it, you know? But anyway, I wanted to apologize to you and tell you that I'm sorry for not giving you my undivided attention the last episode. Even though I thought we had a really good episode, my mom was not happy about it. She was like, you are being very rude and disrespectful. And I was like, get the fuck out of my room, Mom. I'm doing a podcast. Get out of my room, Mom. No?
You're lucky that was a very good apology.
Get the fuck out of my room.
You're joking, but I feel like...
How do you know I'm joking? Get the fuck out of my room, Mom. Don't just barge in there. My dad used to do that. Like, he used to, like, just barge in my room sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm, like, about to jerk off. Like, dude, fucking knock, bro.
My mom would do that to me, too. She'd bust in my room.
Your
like,
mom
she was
would
going to catch me.
You were busting.
Do something.
What were you doing in there?
Like, watching makeup videos on YouTube.
An anime?
I did. Yes.
What was your favorite anime growing up?
Oh, it's hard to say just one. There's so many great ones. The only sad thing about the anime that I used to watch, like the movies I used to watch as a kid, like the Barbie movies, I still watch. Like I could rewatch them and still find enjoyment out of them. But the animes I used to watch as a kid, I can't rewatch them because they're so corny. I can't get through it. But I really liked them as a kid.
I didn't really watch a whole lot of anime, so.
I mean, like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I did, but a little bit. Like, I watched shit on, like, I don't know, like, Toonami. Remember Toonami? Back in the day? Like, shit like that.
Yeah. Funimation?
What?
Funimation?
I don't know.
I think Funimation would come on, like, late at night.
Yeah. I used to watch, like, Inuyasha.
Inuyasha?
Oh, yeah, however you say it. And then
I like that one.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
I never seen that one.
Yeah.
But I know it was real popular.
His move was, like, when he put his hands together. And like shoot some crazy shit. Wow. Anyway, what were we gonna talk about? You said you had something to talk about. You said you brought some heat to the pod today.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Uh.
What's the deal?
So I had a great idea for some questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Like, what are your 10 favorite things about me?
What the fuck, bro? Are you serious? That's a lot. 10 things?
That's a lot.
Bro, 10 things?
Yeah.
Like, how in depth do these things have to be? Like, I like
Extremely
your hair.
specific.
That's specific.
No, it's not. Everybody has hair.
I like your curly, dark hair.
Why?
Because it's attractive. I can't use that one? That's pretty specific. This is really what you had? Like, there's no way. Like, what? Okay, what are we going to talk about? Yeah, that was a good joke. Real funny. That was real good. So, what we bringing to the table today?
I am the table. I'm kidding. So I thought we would talk about things that like shocked us about moving to Tennessee, or things we wish we knew before we moved here. Because it kind of applies to both of us, because we're not from here.
Right. Because you were here like a month before I was, or 2.
No, I came in July.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. It was like almost half a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you moved here, you did you know anything about Tennessee, or did you just like, did you have a bias when you moved here, or did you not really know anything?
I mean, I knew it was like the mountains and like things like that, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. I just anticipated it being very boring. Like, I didn't think there was going to be anything to do, because nobody ever talks about Tennessee, you know? Or, like, the move is Tennessee.
No one talks about Maryland.
Yes, I do. The DMV, DC, PG. People talk about it.
I guess. Mumbo sauce. We're not getting back into that conversation. Okay, so you didn't really have any idea, and it kind of was what you expected?
Yeah.
What didn't you expect? What's something you like about Tennessee? That's probably a hard one for you.
Well, it's really beautiful here. Like, the mountains, the forests.
The colors.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice. I mean, this isn't, like, exclusive to Tennessee, but I like being able to live with seasons. Because you didn't get that in Florida. You don't have seasons.
Not in California. No seasons in California either. So
I think you relate to that. Do you like the seasons?
I do like the seasons. Yeah. I mean, because California, dude, honestly, it, like, hardly rains. It's always sunny for the most part. But, you know, I remember, like, Christmas. We spent Christmas one time down in Southern California, and it was, like, 75, 80 degrees. We're, like, me and my brother are swimming in the hotel. You know, it was, like, a nice day. It didn't feel like Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and it was even weird when we went to Florida, and, like, they had, it was, like, 75, and, like, you know, it's like warm, like tropical weather, but there's like Christmas trees, or they have like the snowflake lights, and it just like doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
It feels different. Like here, it's cold, it rains, it'll snow a little bit, right? So then you get that feel. Like it's gonna snow probably here during Christmas, probably.
Hopefully.
It's gonna be really bad weather here. So, but like, you know, when you wake up in the mornings and you look outside and it's cold, chilly, and it's snowy, and then you have a Christmas tree, like it feels like things feel how they're supposed to, I feel like, throughout the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, like, I feel like one of the most beautiful things in the world is when it's freshly snowed and there's like icicles on the trees and snow on the branches. I feel like that's like top 5 most beautiful things ever.
Yeah, you don't get that in Florida or California.
Yeah. But I mean, I grew up in Maryland, so I had that growing up.
It snows
just
there?
the last couple years. Yeah, it's colder. It's more north than Tennessee, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is.
Just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, snow was something that I like even when, like we there's this place we go snowboarding where I'm from. It's called Dodge Ridge. It doesn't ever hardly even snow up there. I think most of it's artificial snow the whole time. Cause like there'll be like no snow up until you get to the park, and there's just like a fuckload of snow, like all on the slopes. So I think it's artificial. It's not even, like, you know what I'm saying? but they keep it open to obviously make money.
What is artificial snow?
I don't know.
Is it ice?
I don't know, like like make a snow cone and I don't know, like shoot it out. I don't know, dude. But all I'm saying is there will be like no snow everywhere else, and then there will be snow like at the park, like the ski resort or ski park.
Huh.
So I don't know. I feel like they get it there somehow. Or I could be tripping.
They ship it in from Alaska.
Must have been those dabs. I don't know. No, so but yeah, so I do like the seasons. My the biggest thing is like, cause on my job, like I drive around a lot, I'm out, and just the scenery, all the rivers, like the bridges that I drive over, and just the scenery and the color, like in the spring and fall were like the nicest. Like I really liked spring, and I really liked the beginning of fall when it started cooling down a little bit, and it just felt really good outside. Yeah. And it didn't get dark too early. Like right now, it gets dark way too early.
It's dark at like 5.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing. Like when I leave work at like 4:30, it's already getting dark.
Yeah, and I feel tired at like 7 o'clock. I'm like, oh, it's bedtime, but it's not.
Yeah, so.
And also like the leaves changing colors. I really like that too. That's really nice.
Yeah. One thing I don't like about Tennessee. Well, there's a few things. The main thing is I hate people and how they drive. I can't stand how they drive.
Okay, in Tennessee's defense, I feel like everywhere has bad drivers.
No.
Like Florida had awful drivers.
California is so overpopulated, and I've never seen that many car accidents. I see a car accident almost every single day, and I'm not even exaggerating. Literally almost every single day.
I literally saw one this morning on my way to work.
All the time, dude, and they don't know regular traffic laws. They don't know how to yield. They don't know what a yield means. I'll be like leaving the gas station, and I'm waiting for the cars to go by because I'm gonna turn right, and sometimes the cars will stop in the middle of the road and let me go. And they're just causing a fuckload of traffic. And I'm like, oh my God. And then on the way home today, someone rear-ended someone, right? So instead of pulling over off the fucking road, they're just in the road exchanging information. In the road. On the road. Causing so much traffic. Get out of the way, bro. Like, everyone who grew up in Tennessee, they should just revoke all of their licenses. And they have to redo their traffic school.
But maybe the problem is the traffic school is too easy here.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know.
It's fucking dumb, dude. They drive like it makes me actually mad all the time. It pisses me off. And people we're merging onto the freeway and they're going 40 miles an hour, bro. Pick it up,
that annoys me so much. Like how are we supposed to merge in going 20 miles an hour less than everybody?
Like big rigs are blowing by us, dude. Like, hurry up. Like, I'm not asking you to go 80, but fucking drive, bro. Like, you're going on a fucking interstate, right? Get on the gas, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And especially when leaving your house, you know how like when you get on the exit and you can stay in that lane to take the next exit? Some people will go like 40 or 50 to stay on the exit. But everybody behind them has to merge. So it's like you have time to speed up and slow back down when your exit comes. You don't have to go 40 the whole time.
And it's not even a true exit. It's just an exit onto another freeway. Like, you don't even have to slow down or nothing.
Oh, you don't? That's right.
It just goes to the other freeway. It's not like an exit where there's a stoplight. Like, bro, hurry up. Yeah, you know? People are awful. And that yield on that one right there. They don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah. It just pisses me off, bro. Fucking idiots, dude. Fuck. So anyway.
No, but I've noticed lately too, because you brought it up. I've seen a car accident almost every single day the last couple weeks.
And it's not like, I mean, it's a pretty populated state, but at the same time, it's like I've never seen this just of collective horrible driving as a just a community of how bad everyone is. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I don't get it. Like, I really don't. So that makes me mad, honestly. So I just wish everyone who got in a car accident just didn't drive ever again.
And I hate driving in the snow. So I hope that when it does snow, people aren't dumb. I remember last winter I was so nervous driving. Oh my gosh, one time it was snowing hard. It was like a whole blizzard. There was like inches of snow on the roads, and I had to drive into work, and the whole time I was just like, why am I going to work right now? Why? Nobody's gonna drive out in their cars to come to Hooters. No way.
Was it packed?
It was empty.
Oh.
It was so empty, and our power went out at one point because of the snow. Our TVs went down the whole time, so I think we had some people come in, look at our TVs down, and walk out. It was so... I think we closed early that day. It was so dumb.
But
I was like, I risked my life to be here.
Yeah, it doesn't snow that often here, though, so...
Yeah, that's true. It's... I don't know. Florida's weird. It's like the South, but it's not the South.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then, like, how Texas is technically the South, but I don't count it as, like, a southern state. It was in the Confederacy.
Texas? That's the South.
Texas ain't the South.
Texas is
That's
the South.
Southwest.
No, that's
the
South.
Southwest.
They got cowboys. That's the South.
Cowboys aren't just exclusively South. This is where
South.
you got it fucked up. Cowboys are not, like, Southern.
So what's the difference between Southern and Southwestern?
Look, Texas was part of the Confederacy, but like it never viewed Texas as being the South. It's its own state. Because it's the Lone Star State. They have a lot more going for them as a state.
Like what?
What?
Like what? Give an example.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Everybody is football. What else?
Not everyone.
What else?
What? Tex-Mex? I heard that shit's disgusting. Also,
how could that be disgusting?
There's Mexican cats there that they don't say they're like, I'm not Mexican, I'm Texan.
There's like Mexican cats?
Like Mexican people.
You call them cats?
Oh my God. Bro.
What?
Never mind, bro. Texas is big on their own identity. They don't claim, like they're not ever. Have you ever heard a Texan say they're part of the South? Like they're Southern pride? No, it's Texas pride. I'm a fucking Texan. It's like they're their own thing. Lone Star State.
I mean, I guess so.
Like they take pride in their state exclusively.
Everybody does.
No.
Yeah.
I mean.
And when I think of Texas, I think of like cowboy hats and cowboy boots.
Yeah, that's like the West, like the desert and shit. Like I think when I think of cowboys, I think of Arizona, like Tombstone. Like, you really don't know your history, do you?
What does history have to do with this?
That's like where the cowboys out in the Wild West. The Wild West. We're going west. That's where all the cowboys. That's where all the cowboys and banditos are. Ain't in fucking Tennessee or Louisiana or Alabama. That ain't where that went down.
Do they have livestock in the desert?
Some.
When they die?
I don't know. I didn't grow up there.
Dehydration.
But cowboys are out west. Arizona.
That sounds like a
New
myth.
Mexico. West Texas is really huge on that. West Texas. It's not a myth. You need to do your Googles.
I think that's a myth.
You were sleeping in history class, weren't you?
I took AP history.
Yeah, it shows. It shows. But yeah, dude.
And I passed the exam too.
When you think of a cowboy, what state do you think of immediately?
Honestly, Texas.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. But Texas, like I said, is Texas is its own thing. They're called the Lone Star State for a reason. They wanted to secede from everyone. They didn't want to be part of the South. They didn't want to be part of the North. They didn't want to be part of anyone. They wanted to be their own country. Do you remember that?
I thought that was because the state kind of looked like a star.
How does the state of Texas look like a star?
The top and then the side and then the bottom and then the other side.
Oh my God. It actually kind of looks like a cowboy hat in a weird way.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, that's why they call it the Lone Star State. The Lone Star out of the 50 states, the stars on the American flag, they want to be their own star. They wanted to take their star off the flag and be the Lone Star State. That's why the Texas flag has one star on it. It's like a red, white, and blue flag with one star.
I say let them. Good
Well,
riddance.
that's what I'm saying. They're their own thing. Like that's why I never even like consider them to be the South because
They're just
they're
North
Texas.
Mexico.
They're Texas, literally North Mexico, right next to New Mexico. Anyway, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Yeah, Cowboys. They hung out in like Arizona and shit. You know, like coming out to California. But then there was all these little boomer towns. That's what they called them. And that's like, you know, you ever watched any of them spaghetti westerns with like Clint Eastwood?
No.
Jeez. You've seen all these animes, but you ain't seen a western?
I like things with culture.
The hell's wrong with... What? That's a huge part of American culture. That's like pretty American. It's pretty Americano to be a cowboy.
America's like recent history.
We need to watch Tombstone.
Deep seasoned culture.
Okay, let's talk about Jesus. Well, he's been around for a minute. He's been around for a cool minute.
He was around for like 30 years.
Damn. All right,
35 years.
We're going to move on. I'm not going to slander anything.
Yeah, I think he died at like 30 something, 35.
He lives within all of us still. Okay? Don't you forget it. Anyway, is there anything else you want to talk about? I just wanted to do a podcast before the Chrimuh break. Huh? You got anything else?
Did you believe in Santa Claus as a kid?
I did, actually. I did. I was convinced up to like 4th or 5th grade. I was a believer. Okay? It was fun to believe. That's when it was fun. That's when everything was fun. Easter Bunny, you know, all that good jazz. Like, that's when life was fun. When, you know, you had them characters and shit. And Christmas ain't the same as it was. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it was bad, but it's not the same. The experiences are different now.
You know, I don't think I ever truly believed that Santa was real. But it was so fun, like leaving the cookies out, like the presents showing up magically the next morning.
Yeah.
That was all so fun. So even if it wasn't like real, it was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, I left out cookies and stuff, and it kind of makes sense now when I would leave out a bunch. My dad's like, "Are you sure he wants that much?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, he's gonna give us good presents." And I'd like put more, and I started putting like cheese on the, like I would put cheese on the thing because there's a whole thing that Santa likes cheese.
Because he's white.
Yeah, okay. What does cheese have to do with color of your skin? Huh? Why does everything got to be racy? Huh?
Because I don't think another ethnicity Santa would eat cheese that's been sitting out all night.
Well, I don't want to get in. What would a black Santa eat then?
Cookies?
Maybe a little shot of Henny. Why do you want to be like that? Huh? What's wrong with you?
If you put a shot for Santa, he would not make it to all the other kids.
Oh yeah, because that's really accurate. He's gonna go around and go to hundreds of millions of houses within 12 hours.
That's part of his magic. And he eats every single cookie.
He can eat every single cookie, but he can't take a shot of Henny. Come
No.
on, bro. What?
No. I'm not gonna lie, my dad tried really hard to get us to believe in Santa Claus. He showed us pictures of like men who trained to be Santa, like real photos of old men with beards, and be like,
what do you mean men who train? There's only one Santa. It's the same guy every year forever.
Okay, but it's unrealistic to think that he lives forever.
Oh.
No.
We're talking nonsense right now. Anyway.
The Tooth Fairy's kind of creepy. If you think about it.
Yeah.
What do they do with your teeth?
What do you think they do? What do you think the Tooth Fairy does with it? Is there a myth behind that?
I don't know. Never heard one.
Come on, keep us entertained.
I mean, why would they even want to keep it in the first place? Maybe they're just dentists and that's where dentures come from. Maybe they have a secret black market deal with dentists.
No one knows how it originated, but historians believe that the tradition of trading baby teeth for money or treats could link back to an 18th century story in France. La Bonne Petite Souris, the little mouse, Some children replace a lost tooth and in their shoes overnight. That was dumb.
La bonne petite souris, the good little mouse. Oh, maybe it's just to make kids not be so scared about losing the bones out of their mouth.
Although the tooth fairy, as we know, is a fairly modern creation, it's a myth that has evolved over centuries. Many different legends, myths, and traditions surround the loss of a baby teeth through the years.
You didn't Google what they do with the teeth.
I was trying to see what the tooth fairy even was, but obviously I'm not really given. They're kind of really broad with it.
Your parents generously sparing you a quarter when you lose a bone out of your mouth.
Fairy dust helps them complete their magical task, and the tooth fairy is no different. If your tooth isn't strong enough to be used for other purposes, the tooth fairy queen grinds it down and turns it into fairy dust. That still doesn't tell me anything. Like, what are the other purposes? I want to know that part.
You know what I want to know? How much money did you get for your teeth?
Like $1.
What? $1?
Yeah, my mom put like $1.
I get a quarter.
I think one time they put like $5 down there.
My parents are cheap. Dad, you're cheap. Just because you had 3 kids doesn't mean you can be cheap about each tooth.
Okay, but they wasn't doing it at the same time. You guys are all significantly different to where
They're only 2 years apart.
Okay,
there was
but
probably times where we were losing teeth at the same time.
maybe a few.
Yeah, me and my sister above me, we're not even 2 years
Your
apart.
sister above you?
Yeah, directly above.
Fuck. Other times she will make jewelry for herself and her friends.
Oh, that's creepy.
This is dumb. This is the dumbest one out of all.
Imagine chainmail but out of teeth.
Bro.
They just wear that.
Speaking of necklaces, have you seen Drake's new necklace?
I don't care about Drake.
He made a necklace with like 40 different diamonds that he was gonna give
Oh,
to
the
like
engagement ring.
Yeah. That's kind of hard.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. We don't.
It's gimmicky.
Nah, that's because women are undeserving. Isn't that right?
It makes you think not everybody should have a lot of money. You know what's funny? Like, people get mad at Jeff Bezos and like Elon Musk for not giving money to the communities and like helping world hunger and stuff. And then Drake buys 41 engagement rings and they're like, it's so cool.
Well, how our government don't do that shit? And they have,
Because we're in like trillions
they're
of
giving.
debt.
We would. To who?
Yes.
We talked about this already. The whole world's in debt. Who do we owe? Mars?
Everybody owes everybody.
So it's dumb. So it doesn't make sense. The game is rigged and it's coming to a head. And talk about money. Everyone's bitching about Elon buying Twitter. Yet fucking our government's giving
That's old news.
Ukraine all types of money. I know it's old news, but why does people still complain about it? Quit pocket watching.
Who's complaining about it?
Everyone on Twitter.
Not anymore.
Yes, they are, bro. And still, go just follow Elon and look at his tweet.
I'm not following you.
Follow Elon and just, when he tweets something, just go into his comments. It's mayhem every tweet. I love how he goes after AOC, though. That shit's hilarious. She's tripping. She be saying some shit, and he'll be like, great, now pay me $8. Give a fuck. You don't like that? Hey, yo, I tell you what, if I bought Twitter for $44 billion, I'm saying whatever the hell I want on Twitter, and I'm trolling everyone. You know why? Because I got it like that.
I mean, isn't he trying to actually allow free speech on Twitter?
Yeah.
I think I saw him say something about that.
Well, he unsuspended a bunch of accounts.
No, but like, he was posting about how Twitter used to actually take down content, like have deals with companies and stuff to take down certain content.
Yeah, they would.
And yeah.
That's what I was saying about, we talked about the left versus right thing politically. And how, well, your argument was majority of people who are on social media are probably more liberal.
I mean, honestly, I feel like money talks. So I feel like whoever is paying is getting stuff taken down. I don't think
But that's not free speech.
Entirely Republican or entirely liberal. Well, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, people people who have money and power, when they get butthurt about something that someone says, they have the ability to just. What that does is create echo chambers,
But
and it's like everyone has to think and say the same thing. You know, like I don't want to be in a group where
um,
we're bouncing the same ideas off each other, and not have any like open discussion.
yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
social media like is so new, you know,
Yeah,
like you can't compare it to like a newspaper or like a magazine because it's its own thing. So
yeah. Well, and it's not this bad now, I don't think. But like when like Donald Trump was first like running, and everyone was like, if you vote for Donald Trump, I'm blocking you, or like, or you're no longer part of my family. Like, okay, you know, like okay, that almost makes me want to go do that. It's just like it's crazy, bro. How can you say that? How can you say certain things like that? Like ultimatums. People who give ultimatums are fucking very unintelligent.
I mean, you have to remember that the narrative was if you agree with Trump, you are racist and you are sexist and you're just an awful person. So that's what they would equate it to.
But what about the people who are just Republican and they're always going to vote Republican no matter who it is? Same with Democrats. Some people don't care. They're always going to vote blue. So that don't really apply to a lot of people who just are going to vote one way no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's more corny? A car with BLM stickers and LGBTQ stickers and um, Bernie Sanders stickers and like all that shit, or the one with like the Trump shit and like the guns and shit like that.
I think they're equally corny. I think they might be on the same level on different ends of the spectrum.
They are. They're the same people. They're the same fucking people, bro.
Absolutely.
They're both just jumping the gun. They're both like just like impossible to talk to, and they're both like I don't want to be around any of you. The funniest
Yeah.
thing, the funniest thing would be to like get 10 of them on each side and put them in a room and lock the door, and just let them just argue.
Why I thought you had meant put one side of your car BLM and like LGBT and
Oh, that
Joe
would be
Biden,
funny.
and then the other half Trump.
No, you know the car where it has like the Trump's face in the back window, and then on the other side put Joe Biden. Yo, that would be pretty funny. Yeah. You'd be like some dude driving on the Trump side, like hell yeah, brother, and then like he goes the other way, like what the fuck? Oh, that would be pretty funny.
It'd be funny, and then people were like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Oh, me and my husband have different views. We both like to represent."
We both like to represent both extremes of the spectrum, and we just somehow make it work. Oh shit, that's pretty funny. That's a good one. Yeah, I just think this shit's. I just think it's all stupid. It's all pretty dumb.
Do you remember when Kanye said he was gonna run for president?
Yeah, he's been saying that until he made a swastika. It's like the fucking Star of David. That got him re-canceled. Like,
He's been canceled like 5 times.
dude, but he got unbanned on Twitter, and Elon's like, "Welcome back," and then he's like, "I love Nazis." It's like, okay, bro, we're done. He said,
I mean,
"Oh, like
honestly, no. But
he'd be
honestly
trying.
about
He's like,
that-
how can I figure out how to get canceled again?"
But honestly, like what he said wasn't that bad. If you think about it, like what he was trying to say wasn't
Hold
that
up,
bad.
what? What do you mean?
Because he was trying to say like, as what is he, Christian?
Yeah.
As a Christian, you love everybody. Like Christianity is like you hate the actions but love the person, and I feel like that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah, but saying that by saying I love Nazis, you're not gonna get that from people. Aren't gonna go, oh, I get what he meant. You know, I could see that. Like, no, bro, you don't say it like that. He should have just said, "I
Yeah, he
love all
should.
people."
I mean,
He should have just said, "I love all people."
yeah, as a public figure, you just gotta avoid any kind of topic like that.
You know,
But
his big beef is really like with Jews and leadership. I think that's like the big thing for him, which we touched on a little bit a few pods ago. He, because he's like in this industry and he wants to just like, and he's talking about like he wanted like buy Earth. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Why would
He
you
was like,
want
"How
it?"
much do you think Earth would cost?" And Joe's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He just, I don't know, man. I hope he's doing all right. So, but the crazy thing is, I don't think he's like, people think he's just all that crazy. I don't know if he's really like that crazy or, I don't know. But anyway, it was pretty fun. That whole thing was pretty funny. Like going on you're going on show InfoWars with Alex Jones and he's telling you like, "All right, bro, chill." Like with the wild shit he says, if he's telling you to chill, like you probably said some wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't know. I've never watched any of his.
Well, I just watched him like when he's on Joe Rogan. Are you ready for bed?
I've been ready for bed.
All right, fine.
Oh, goodness.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
You want to go to
midnight.
Waffle House?
Fuck no, bro. At this time of night, like we're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to fight people. Actually, no, not at the one we go to. There's always a cop there.
When I went earlier, there was like 2 people in there.
Well, it's cold, bro. Like ain't no one leaving. Ain't no one leaving the house. And it's hard. Like, how you gonna be angry when it's 40 degrees outside?
Because it's 40 degrees outside.
Yeah, but it's cold. Like, you're not trying to do all that extra shit.
And warm you up.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, statistically, like, in warmer climates, like, there's more violence.
Is that true?
I think so. Source, trust me, bro. You ever see that? When someone, like, tweets some dumb shit or something, and then, like, someone else will respond and put source, trust me, bro. As if to say, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Do I have to mansplain everything for you? Jesus.
You're going to anyway.
Do you know what mansplaining is? It's basic. All right, we're done. Mulberry Podcast, episode 62. I hope everyone... Is it 62? I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. And I love you. All right. Do you have anything to say?
Thanks for tuning in.
Tune in, but a little tone-chi. All right, see you.